Board, I mean, is this a relief to have this over the line now?
Yeah, it's a relief. I mean, I guess the way we looked at it was we had some options. We explored some private equity options. We haven't, within the time frame, been able to pull those off. And we have to do what's best for the organisation and what's best for the game. And we believe that we've got to that position.
As Phil said, virtually saved the club by having this integration. Is that the way that you feel?
Yeah, it has. Yeah, and I would like to press the point that from an outsider looking in, nothing's going to change. We're still based within the ACT. We'll service the ACT and Southern New South Wales as we always have, and then from the community game, our aim is to grow participation. We need more boys and girls playing the game.
Did you have any sleepless nights thinking, if we don't make this decision, the club's gone? Did you have that feeling and carrying that debt as well?
I think we've all had those nights where 3 o'clock in the morning staring at the ceiling. Definitely.
What about you personally? You've sort of, given your role, sort of the head, do you sort of feel as though you've had that extra responsibility, carrying that extra?
Yeah, I mean, I feel it's been a privilege to be part of this organisation. And to have seen, the ups and downs and, where we've come from and what we've created over a period of time since rugby went professional. We were a very proud organisation. So, I mean, as I said, I've been privileged to be in this sort of position, and the last thing that we wanted to do as a board or as an organisation was to fold.
Nobbsy, you said you wanted to push that message that from the outside nothing's changed. Why the resistance over such a long period then if there's such an acceptance now?
I think the resistance, I mean, if you look back, I said we're a proud organisation. Maybe the conversations weren't framed probably the way that they should have been initially. I think there's been some lessons learnt. I think from us on our behalf, on Rugby Australia's behalf. I'll recall we went to Rugby Australia a couple of months ago as a portion of our board, and we met with Rugby Australia around the table. And the beauty of that was we sorted it all out. That was an important lesson, I think, in sitting down and working through the scenarios and what was best. As I said before, best for the game in Canberra and the region, and best for the game, holistically.
How important was it to get in writing, a guarantee of the Brumbies' future in Canberra, because that was a significant sticking point, and obviously the board didn't want to be the ones that potentially ended the Brumbies' time in Canberra.
Yep.
So was that when you got that, was that the kicker for, okay, we feel like we're on the same page now?
I mean, that's security, isn't it? It would be a tragedy if there wasn't an ACT Brumbies, particularly what we've grown over a number of years. And it's important for the community aspect of the game as well, that we've got a Super W team and the ACT Brumbies located in Canberra, which is it's always been, it's rugby. This region is rugby, together with all the other sports, but rugby's been an integral part of this community.
How crucial is it to have the academies still based here as well, so players are enticed to come here and try their hand at getting...
Yep, and not only the academies, you look at pathways for coaches. We need a strong John Ident competition so that coaches feel that they've got an opportunity as a pathway into the professional space. But yeah, to keep the academies, you look at our contracted squad. I think we the squad this year of 36, 20-something of them have come through our pathways and academies, and I think that says it all, really.
Where are you at with your role as well? Staying on or still working through it all?
We haven't discussed that. I mean, under the existing constitution, my time was up December of last year, so I'm on borrowed time with that. But as I said, we'll work through those finer details.
Do you feel it's important to have some sort of continuity, because having a new board set up for the Brumbies side of things, there could be a little bit of upheaval there with all the changes. Do you feel like there needs to be some sort of continuity between what exists now on the Brumbies board and into the new guy?
Yeah, I think that's a good point. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I think there does need to be some continuity, yeah, and it'll be interesting. As I said, we haven't had the conversations. I mean, the new board structure of the new code, as Phil said, we'll have 4 RA appointments. How that's positioned or how that looks. I mean, if you look at the Waratahs, I think that, you know, if they came to an amicable decision about who was who and, you know, who took on those roles. So.
Am I right in saying the Waratahs have 2 RA appointed board members? 4. Waratahs got 4 as well. Communicating with the players and Bernie, what was their reaction like, and with so many guys in Wallabies and different parts of the world, how were you able to do that?
Phil's obviously done that, but yeah, as you say, they're scattered. It's a bit like herding cats, but all the communications, they've received it all, so they've taken it on board. Yeah, the players have been great. I mean, all through this, you know, the ability that and the team, Phil's team's been exceptional. The ability for them to perform has been great. You know, and from a community perspective, you know, increase in participation of 9% last year is fantastic, and that's the aim moving forward. As I said earlier, increase that participation, keep winning games of rugby. You know, we still hate the Waratahs, still want to beat the Reds, you know, all that sort of stuff. Yeah, it'll continue.
I know Tim sort of touched on it there in terms of your lead. You've been looking at these numbers for a long time now. Were you concerned that the Brumbies were going to go broke into voluntary administration?
Oh no, our audit and risk committee has been fantastic. You know, we've been meeting sort of every couple of weeks, so we were right across the detail. Yeah, no, I had full confidence that you know, we'd get to a position that, you know, we're comfortable and make the right decision.
What are the next steps from here? I think, correct me if I'm wrong, the agreement comes into effect on the 1st of August.
Yep.
What's going to happen from this point to then to sort of consolidate everything, get the house in order, so to speak?
Yeah, get the house in order and work through the finer details.